a nice, decent-sized piece of celery and a decent-sized carrot. And I keep the pieces of the vegetables on the small side, so it's not all that much larger than the grain of rice. Now, arborio rice is from Arborio, Italy, and it's a type of rice that is high in starch, and this one is shorter grain as opposed to carnoli rice, which is a longer grain, and the starch content of that is just a little bit higher. Now, one thing with risotto is you really should have the hot stock, hot liquid. If you don't, it takes a little bit longer to absorb into the grain, and you need to add it a little bit at a time. I've done this quite a few times in the days of restaurant. Oh, let's see if we can make this ahead of time and just make, but it turns into, it doesn't work.
It's not.
It just doesn't
gonna work.
So anyway, we have that warming up. The vegetables are softening.
Smells good already.
Yeah, the shallots and the garlic in this is wonderful. So after these vegetables soften just slightly, then we're going to add the arborio rice. And, you know, the ratio for arborio rice is about 4 parts liquid to 1 cup rice. That's the general rule of thumb. There is a point when you make this that you can get away with pulling it off the burners and holding it. For instance, if you're having a dinner party and you just want to spend maybe the last 7 minutes or so finishing it, and I'll show you where that is. It's the last 1.5 to 2 cups of liquid. Before you put that in, then you can pull it off the burners.
So that there is a timing as far as when it's done and it should be eaten.
Right, right.
Okay.
Because it does continue to absorb the liquid, and you know, once it's done, it's done. Does it reheat fairly well the next day? Yeah, no two ways about it, but it's not like you made it the first day. Now, electric, I'm getting used to this, whatever. So this is, you know, sauteed, the vegetables are soft, the rice has been sauteed in there. I'm gonna add a little bit of white wine because it's a nice combination with the asparagus and the shrimp. Red wine's okay if you were gonna do a mushroom risotto, like a nice Chianti or something like that, but for this spring-like.
So when we cooked, you weren't cooking the rice, you were just not even
sauteing.
browning it, really.
You know, a slight brown, just to soften the vegetables a little bit and bring out some of the flavor. And so we've added, you know what, probably a little bit of cup. Now the trick of this is don't put too much liquid in all at once. I've done that too, to try and let's get through this and shortcut this. But,
Impatience.
yeah, or how can we do this in a restaurant, you know, and walk away because I got other things to do.
Yeah.
It so does not work. What happens is if you add too much liquid, you can see the grain. It's pretty little tiny grain, right? But you add all that liquid, hot liquid in that, and it blows the grain apart.
Oh, really?
So, and then you lose your creamy consistency, then it's like blown up rice.
It's not,
you know.
you throw it away and start over?
Or, yeah, or, you know, hope nobody knows the difference.
Or get somebody that'll eat it and say, oh, this is okay.
Oh yeah, or call it rice.
Yeah, that's true.
Whoops. But yeah, so a little bit of liquid at a time. And so the wine, I put the wine in first because I want that to absorb the flavor right in the beginning. So you'll taste a little bit of the wine, the alcohol's cooked off. While that's going, I'm gonna give, all right, an interesting little, here's some asparagus. We're gonna put asparagus and shrimp in here. Now, asparagus. Here's an easy way to, you know, nothing like eating woody asparagus, it's terrible.
Right, yes.
So to find out where the woody part starts and the tender part, or the tender part starts and the woody part ends, hold it in your hands and let it snap naturally.
Oh, okay. And you're snapping that end. That's
this will
what I'm
be
doing
woody.
wrong.
This will be fine.
Got it. Okay.
And let's see where this one goes. All right. Well, that one is shriveled up, but let's see where it goes. Okay.
All the way.
So that's gone. There is a point, like this is not quite halfway, but it's getting close to halfway, where you can put the asparagus in. And I'm going to cut these down a little bit, and I like a pretty little cut on it, so I'm going to angle them, where you can put the asparagus right into the risotto so that you don't have to steam them first.
Oh, okay.
And it saves a pot. And I'm going to put these asparagus in now because this is
Now you've left
looking
that
good.
go. Is that okay? I guess it's
looking good, but it's ready for more liquid.
Okay.
So I'll put in some more stock. A little more chicken stock. We'll put in the rest of the asparagus. Now the shrimp. All right, so let's talk about shrimp. Here's the shrimp. I use, and I actually like these. It's a 21-25 count.
Okay.
Which are really nice. The price is not bad. The price is decent on these. But when these cook, they'll come up to be a really nice, not gargantuan shrimp, but they're perfect for risotto.
Good.
So I'm going to put those in very last minute. And what I'm going to do is just take this off and give this a quick chop. Now, because this is asparagus and shrimp and it's spring, but all year round, green onions, scallions, however you want to call these, I like to finish with these. And I won't put those in till the end because I like the crunch that adds. Parsley. When you're doing parsley, to chop it, and you really should use fresh, don't use dried, because it's so...
Yeah, you can just smell the difference.
Yeah, for 70 cents, it's,
Yeah.
go for it. Anyway, keep this bunched up in your hand when you go to chop it. Keep it in a little ball and keep it nice and tight, and you won't end up with parsley all over. And then when you get to the end, what you want to do is work this in a square. In other words, I'm going to go that way, and I'm going to pull the knife and pull the parsley up so that the big stuff comes to the top, okay? And like I say, it's not ending up all over your floor. And then, if you really want to get going, then you can start rocking the knife a little bit to get it done fast. But by squaring it, you'll get a nice, fast, easy mince on it. I am going to put some of this in now, and then we're going to save that much for the top to make it look pretty. And this adds a nice, clean flavor, too.
Yeah. And more color. It's very colorful.
It is very colorful.
Yeah, with the green and the...
Now, one thing that I'll finish this with is, when it's done, Parmesan Reggiano, whatever. It's so good. Yes, it's a little expensive, but try and buy the biggest wedge you can, and then save it for, wrap it real tight in foil. And then I really like those food saver bags, but this is Parmesan Reggiano. So I love my little handheld moly grater. I just think this thing, I've had this for so long. I had another one actually, but I think it got garage saled in one of my sister's cleaning, whatever. So she quickly replaced it for me. But, the handheld. And
Wow, that's different than what you get in the store.
it is. And taste it. And you know what?
Taste it.
It's
Oh, yeah, whoa.
Right. And you know what? The real Parmesan, taste a chunk of it. This is a wonderful, it's good for digestion too.
Oh, good.
Yep. I love this stuff. So, Parmesan's done. Now, another fresh lemon, shrimp, lemon, what a combination. I think that it's time to put the shrimp in. I'm going to put those in whole because this is just about done. We'll put another ladle of the liquid in. And when these shrimp are cooked, this will be done. And the way we're going to tell that the shrimp are cooked, they are very opaque right now. They're going to turn a pretty pink as they're starting to turn.
Yep,
now,
not taking long at all.
Nope, they go very fast. And so, look, I think these shrimp are perfectly done.
It looks awesome to me, yes.
And see how this is now. All right, so dinner party time. Now call everybody, say, everybody have a seat. And we will put this, while everybody's taking their seat, put this in our serving piece.
Well, let's
can
go
even
ahead and,
use
yeah,
this.
let's put that
All right,
together.
so, whoops. Whoops, whoops, whoops. Okay, and even though it looks a little soupy, it's
It'll probably
not.
all absorb in there.
It is going to absorb for sure. But it should be, you know, air to the runnier side
Yeah,
as opposed
right.
to the dry side. Because also what you want to do is to just fit, didn't it? All right, to finish that, you could put some butter. I could have stirred that into the bit. Or a little bit of olive oil over the top. And it's a nice green fruity olive oil. So that is going to add a lot of flavor. And then we're going to put some Parmesan on the top. And then we're going to put some chopped scallions or green onions or whatever you'd like to call those. And then we're going to put
Parsley that
chopped
you saved.
parsley. And then, this is what I like to do too because of the shrimp, lemon. Plane grater, love plane grater. This is a tool that I use for so many things. Nutmeg, fresh
Yes,
nutmeg all the
right.
time. Anyway, we're just going to grate just a tiny bit of
And there you have
fresh
risotto.
lemon risotto.
And it turned out perfect, it looks like.
Yeah.
Well,
that's gonna
Diane,
be
thank you
good.
so much for coming on today
Thanks
and
for
showing
having
us
me.
how to make risotto. I'm going to try it, and if it doesn't work, I'll try it again. So,
Well, I hope you do because it's worth the effort.
It looks
really
like
is
it.
worth the effort. Add salad, add bread,
and you're good.
and you're good to go.
Okay, thanks for
right.
joining us.
Thanks, Tina. In just a moment, we're going to try this wonderful risotto from Diane Rogers. But let's go back real quick because we've got some wonderful recipes today. In case you've forgotten, early on we had Jonathan Sagasser from Sebastiano's and his chicken marsala, Patrick Hannon from BGSU Dining with the salmon with watercress and vermouth, Sandra Irvine from the Andersons who prepared that Italian Tower of Power, and of course in just a moment we're going to taste Diane Rogers' wonderful risotto. But one of the things you can do, besides of course watching the show and seeing how to make all these wonderful recipes, is help support programs like this. Jane?
Exactly, exactly. And there's ways that you certainly can do it, a variety of ways, but we also like to give you a thank you gift when you do support WBGU TV. And for a gift of $40, you get recipe cards, and those are really quite informative. And recipe cards in a book for a gift of $60, a cards book, and the member card with a directory of different services and coupons there, and 10 cookbooks and everything else for a gift of $250.
And the money for that goes, of course, to support programs like WBGU Cooks and all the other programs you see on WBGU Public Television, like Frontline, Antiques Roadshow, Downton Abbey, Nova, Nature, and our local programs like Scenic Stops, Northwest Ohio Journal, BG on TV, BGSU Brain Game. So all of the money that you contribute when you pledge for either the $40, $60, $100, or $250 level goes to support that kind of programming here on WBGU TV. Well, let's try the risotto.
Oh, I'm anxious
And
to.
this time I'll try and not to talk while I'm eating and
We'll
talk
see
at the
what-
same time. So I'll let you try it first, but it smells really good. And just watching the preparation, you folks at home can't
Wonderful.
smell the things as they come together, but all of the individual ingredients smell wonderful, and then when it all comes together is just amazing.
It's a work of art.
Yeah, it really
work
is.
of art.
It really is. So,
It's been fun watching them prepare it.
oh my gosh, you can taste the asparagus. Oh my
It's
gosh,
colorful,
it's just-
too.
oh, it's wonderful. And you made a good point when she was talking about the fact that you don't want it to be too thick, but you don't want it to be too thin, and this is just exactly right. It's just perfect.
Very good.
So again, keep in mind, please support WBGU TV. We appreciate you calling, but please call now or go to the website WBGU.org and support WBG Public Television. So again, if you just want to run through those thank you gifts one more time, and then I think
Certainly we'll do that.
Yeah.
So for a gift of $40 today, you will get recipe cards, and then for a gift of $60, you get the recipe cards and the cookbook. And this is a seasonal cookbook, and it's really got a lot of good recipes in there. And then for a gift of $100 today, your thank you gift would be cards, book, and the member card that Steve has there. And then for a gift of $250, it'll be 10 cookbooks and everything else above.
Right.
So a lot of nice things that you can get from making a charitable gift.
And thank you so much for joining us on WBGU Cooks, Chef Creations. Join us again next time for another WBGU Cooks.